Hey, it's Dave from The Door, and I'm here with day number 6 at 20 Years of Stories. And I'm standing in front of the Door van, which has got almost 250,000 miles on it. And I want to tell you a story of how God used it to be a freezer for one night. It was about 10 years ago. I got a phone call from Haas's restaurant, and they wanted to make a donation of meat to us, and I thought that was great. I went to Haas's, and I thought maybe we'd get some product. I didn't know how much, and they filled this van from front to back, floor to ceiling. Every open place except where I was seated as a driver was filled with food, and they filled it all the way up, and I couldn't have been more happy. There was steak in there was all kinds of stuff, and it was great because we were having a going away dinner for one of our girls who had been a long time a young lady who attended the Doors. She was headed for foster care. I wanted to have a steak dinner for her, something nice as a going away meal, and God even donated the steaks. Everything was there, and the guy said something as we were leaving. He said, "I hope you got a lot of freezer space." And then it dawned on me, we only had one, maybe two freezers. This van could hold way more food than that, and it was March, and I didn't know what we would do. So on the way home, I stopped at the appliance store, and a fellow there had helped us in the past with appliances when we'd need them, buying freezers, and I didn't know what to do. So I looked at our bank account, and I thought, well, we could buy some chest freezers. I asked how much he could sell us freezers for, and they would have been $700 a piece. We would have needed two right away. He had them in stock, but if I bought them, there would have been no way to pay staff on time and their payday. So I didn't know what to do, and so and we wouldn't have been able to pay our other bills. So I would have had to take money to get the freezers that was supposed to be used for other things. So I went outside after talking to the man, and I sat down in the parking lot, and I opened my cell phone, and I just started calling every church, starting with a letter A, and going through the books and calling every church and going, is there anything you can do to help us? We need freezers today. And after 10 or 15 minutes of making phone calls, I got enough churches to commit to sending finances that I walked back in 15 minutes later. He goes, "Oh, you're back?" I said, "I never left. I just sat in the parking lot making some phone calls, and we raised enough money, and I'll take the two freezers. Can you deliver them, this afternoon?" And he said, well, no, I can't deliver them till tomorrow. The truck's already out with today's deliveries. And I thought, well, no, I've got a truckload of food. I need those freezers delivered like today. And he said, no, it can't go till tomorrow. I brought the food back, and I'm like, Lord, you gave us all this food, the first time we've ever had this serious amount of meats and other things donated. You've got to do something. And God had a plan. And that night, the temperature dropped well below freezing, and all of the food stayed good and cold in this van that became a freezer overnight. You see, God doesn't miss any details. He gets it all right. When we think he's forgotten, when we think he's made a mistake, when we think he doesn't know what he's doing, oh no, he's a very sovereign, a very wise, and a very good God. And sometimes he's even playful in the details. You can trust him. That's day 6. We'll be back tomorrow.